All right, welcome back to another episode of Bloomfields Greatest Pod. We don't have a guest today, so this will be a quick one. How have you guys been this week? Hunter?
Yeah, pretty good. We've reached that point of the year where it's football season and basketball season has started too. So went to that first IU basketball exhibition on Sunday. So it's going to be nice to get back in Assembly Hall regularly and have football on at the same time. So it's about the perfect time of year. Love the cold weather. Love the sports that are on right now. It's peak time right now. I'm really enjoying it.
What you got?
Yeah, I believe I heard a statistic the other day. It was only the 10th time ever that like an NHL game, MLB game, NFL game, and an NBA game were on like at the same day.
The Big Four, yeah, the sports equinox.
Yeah, so it was
And,
sports.
yeah.
So,
And yeah, MLS was playing too, so it was like I guess the Big Five or whatever.
mhm.
Yeah, so
So
it was the
hope
sport equinox. It was
celebrated accordingly.
I did placed a bet on a game on all of the sports and lost that parlay, of course, because you know how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's you bet the sport equinox. It's fun. It's a once in a lifetime occurrence, or once in a 10 lifetimes occurrence, whatever the stat is that Gov gave. It's a great time. It's fun,
Yeah.
because you bet on a hockey game that you have no idea what's going to happen.
As far as the sports go, I get super topical. Like I'm really in football mode right now, so I'm like, I just don't. Like I usually watch all the Pacers games, but I'm just not out of football mode, so I don't really want to watch basketball right now. But I do miss Assembly Hall a lot, so I do want to
What
go
are you
to
what are you doing Friday night, Parker? You want to go with the game with me? The
I
exhibition
don't know if
game?
I'm doing anything, but we are going to Allie's wedding this weekend, aren't we?
Heck yeah, baby.
Yeah, we should just make a whole weekend out of it.
Yeah,
me
let's have a
me
little
and you
date
get
weekend,
together.
me and you.
Yeah, I would love to. Well, you guys had good weeks in fantasy.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
not.
great week. I'm sure we'll get to him here shortly. I'm sure. Gove
Yeah,
had a huge week for Gove.
We'll actually transition right into that here. What, share screen?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. So
We'll just go into Goves.
Start with Gove today because it was the matchup that everybody's talking about.
So he had a name change too.
I did have the name change. I know we talked about it last pod. I was a little delayed. I forgot about it, but I'm a man of my word. So made the name change. I stand by it, stand behind it. Full send for the name. But yeah, from the FFI, we have someone who goes through the FFI channels to try to get what they obviously don't deserve. Was the first place ranking. I think we might have a little bit of fraud alert here after this week.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we'll see. I know we haven't touched on rankings yet, but we might see a change in my rankings. I don't know about you guys, but you
didn't see this week.
You talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. So we didn't see that this week. I know I touched on it. That was going to need a big week for my guys. Dak Prescott for $24, looking like a steal after this game. I don't care if he got me through this week alone. I'd pay $24 for that many points every week.
You run out of money pretty quick.
Well, you only need so many wins, But yeah,
you need a lot of wins.
I do need a lot of wins. But I think we might be riding the ship. I think this was a big week for us. Come out, make a statement. We played against a fully healthy team here. He had his best players in, and I just think it shows a little bit of what my team can do. We got some guys finally starting to pick it up. Njoku, who you guys all say is worthless, looked great if you watch that Browns game.
Yeah, but you didn't play him, so it doesn't
16.
really matter.
Yeah, you didn't play him, but this is his first good week, wasn't it?
I thought he had another week that was decent. A couple tens. Not bad for a tight end.
It's hard for you to take a victory lap on a guy that you didn't even start. So you can't be like, oh, yeah, told you guys, when you didn't even believe in enough to start.
He's still tight end 16.
What can I say? He's been without Deshaun Watson for most of the year. Deshaun Watson has looked terrible. He's still hanging on to my IR. I picked him kind of early. Not too
Oh, you
early for
did?
a good quarter. Not Njoku. I'm talking about Deshaun Watson here.
You still picked him in the 9th round.
Ninth
Yeah.
round. Wow.
9th
It
round.
still seemed early for
I
Njoku.
think Deshaun was 7th rounder for me.
Oh, Deshaun.
Yeah, so 2 guys I was relying on pretty heavily going in this year. Yep, 7th round. So that's a little pain and suffering there, but
Pierce is looking troubling for you.
yeah, he's got a little bit of ankle injury too. So don't know what we're gonna see there. But yeah, I'm just hoping that this win was a big bounce back for us, and we'll look to climb the leaderboards. I know, Parker, your side of the division completely let me down this week. Every time I needed your division to beat somebody in my division, didn't happen. I'm pretty sure we swept the floor with you guys.
Oh, don't even start with our divisions. Our division's freaking loaded.
You guys
And
talk
you
about how
know
great you
it.
are, but yet you all lost. So I don't
even need to look to see if our points scored beats your division's points scored, but I just know it is by like hundreds.
Without a doubt. It's
That'd
not
be
all about
interesting.
sport. Sometimes you got to play defense.
Exactly. The best fantasy offense is fantasy defense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, West supremacy last week for sure.
Yeah. I'll get off of my soapbox here. Either way, Isaac and I exchanged some messages. It was a great matchup. 2 words: Deontay Foreman.
2 words.
What was Isaac's
finally
feelings on this matchup?
Let me pull it up.
But the bad he's been getting away with starting just absolutely pitiful running backs all year and our RB2, and he finally didn't get away with one of them. I know he's gonna hate that comment, but his running backs have been abysmal. I've said it all year. I'm like, Najee sucked. Miles Sanders just sucked.
He's not even a starting running back anymore. I think he played
Chuba.
Yeah.
It's Chuba season, baby.
His running backs outside Swift, his running backs have sucked, but he's got away with it because Brown and Tyreek and Swift and Jackson's all killed it. So
yeah.
Isaac
didn't say a lot. He sent me a text out of blue, congratulating me on the victory. I think it might have been some poor classmanship though, because it was before the score was final, and it might have been like one of those jinx it texts,
Oh.
So
yeah,
that's hilarious.
I said miracles are always possible. Didn't want to take the win yet. You can always win. I told him I have to drop him from number 1 this week. He said it makes for a good storyline. So it's friendly back and forth.
It came down to Deontay Foreman, right, on Sunday night.
Yep. Down to
I'm pretty sure
that's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure there was maybe 4 or 5 minutes left in the game, and the Bears had the ball inside the 5, and I was like, if Deontay Foreman comes in here and vultures a touchdown to win,
that's why I texted him. I said, all you need is a touchdown to win. That's all you need. And then what was it? Their third stringer, Evans.
Yeah, Darrington Evans was in there.
Darrington Evans, yeah, scored. Didn't he score a touchdown this week?
Yeah, I think he did. I think it was that drive in the fourth quarter. I'm pretty sure he scored one.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then I believe George Pickens had 1 catch for a touchdown, and maybe Kendrick Bourne as well.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he had 1 catch for a touchdown.
1 catch, yeah.
That's a little concerning for Bourne or for Pickens.
And then Kendrick Bourne, what did he do?
Towards ACL.
Well, besides that, 3 for 36 and a touchdown. So
touchdowns bailed him out.
Yeah, touchdowns made it really close. So, but either way, it was a good.
Yeah, he still had his insane weeks from his guys though. Minus Lamar. Lamar's been a yo-yo this year though. He's been up and down, up and down. He's had 3 weeks where he has been 5, 9, and 11. That's not Lamar numbers, but then the others he's got 33. So. Yeah, I mean, still, Isaac still put up good numbers. That's going to win, a good amount of weeks, 137, but go vegging him out. We'll start over here on me and Hunters. This one was hard. I also scored 137. Not a bad week for my guys. Very concerned about Devontae. But yeah, congrats, Hunter, on the win. I think he was a high point guy in the week, right?
I was a high point guy. Second
So
time
now
this
you
year.
guys can all suck it. I finally got the points against me.
Just racking them up now. If you're gonna lose, might as well lose by a bunch, so it looks better on your points against.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't be mad about it. I have not faced like the high point guy very often, so or if, maybe even at all. So
You're now third in points allowed.
I am
Yep, you're still third. I mean,
third
points against.
lowest.
Third
Oh,
lowest.
okay.
Ooh. You pointed out you found me a good fastest fantasy fact for tomorrow, Parker, with your talking about finishing a top score. You know what? I'll just do it today. You've only faced like a top half scorer for that week twice. So me this week, I was the top scorer. When you lost to Eli, he was the second scorer for that week. Everybody else was in the bottom half of scores for that week that you've played. Not just beat but played.
That's my
Is that
defense.
fraud alert?
No, that's
Fraud
my
alert?
defense.
That's what Zach Stone said. Fraud alert.
Oh, come on now.
True.
my
Might
teams
just
have had to put up the points to win too, though.
Hey,
So
people are
and
talking.
we've been right in the thick of it, like with the points scored. So not like at the top 3, but we've been up there.
A playoff team for points scored.
Yeah, playoff team of points scored, and that's where that's what our record shows now. Because there's like half the league at 5-3 now, so I'm right there with everyone else. But yeah, I mean, I was happy with my teams how they played. Waller went down early with an injury, which sucks. Niners defense just suck for me, and then Devontae, I'm actually concerned now. Like this is 4 weeks in a row where he is not. It's not completely on him. I mean, he's dropped a couple passes lately. It's also just
they had there's those 2 plays where he would have had like a 60 and like a 90-yard touchdown if Jimmy like even threw it remotely close to him. So who knows? Maybe Aiden O'Connell's Devontae Adams' savior. I'm not going to hold out a lot of hope for it. But
I don't know what to do. You can't bench him, but
you're in a tough spot.
My lines are open, Parker. We'll talk.
Zach Skinner wants him really bad.
That's what ever since you drafted him.
Yes, wanted him.
Literally started talking to you about a trade like on my couch right after you drafted him.
I really don't want to trade him because if I trade him right now, it's going to be trading him so low too. So he's still not really on the trade block, but unless I get a really good deal. But
that's a tough spot because like how do you convince yourself to bench Devontae Adams? But like,
well, I'll tell you how.
So bad.
Next week, I actually do have a little bit of bye problems next week, but with everyone back, I can play Pittman, Downs, Deontay, and then a flex somewhere else. So I can bench him, but I'm not gonna like it.
I don't think he's benchable no matter what.
If he has another down week next week, I will bench him the next week, I think.
Parker, I will before I let you bench him.
I have the backups to play in there, like instead of a struggling wide receiver. Yeah, Hunter's team put up tons of points. Literally everyone on the freaking roster except for his defense.
My guys showed up. My big boys showed up and played like big boys.
You knew you had to drop over 140 to beat me, and you did it. So
that last drive of the game for the 49ers, all Kittle.
That was awesome. Literally, Kittle 3 straight times for like 15 yards each play. I was like, this is amazing. Why haven't you been doing this all year?
I couldn't watch. I was like, dude, I got to turn it off. It was just like, because he played, Chase. It was just one side of the ball, Chase every time. The other side, Kittle every time. I was like, oh my gosh, this is painful.
Best games. Those are why I love fantasy football, is to watch a game like that, where you have an offensive player on both sides on a good offense, and they're actually like getting targets. Like, man, that was so much fun.
He had 10 catches and 9 catches. So it was literally, he had 19 catches between the two. And I'm just sitting there watching my team get annihilated. And then I also watched Alvin Kamara, whatever. I don't know how.
Yeah, that had to double hurt too. Like,
having
him torch the Colts and your fantasy team.
Yes. And then I watched Gibbs. I watched every one of Hunter's players, like live, beat me down. I even watched Derek Carr put up like one of his best games of the year.
Yeah, he kept throwing 50-yard balls.
It was. It was his best game of the year. Of course, Derek Carr.
Baby Shaheed.
Derek Carr's a great fit for the ROTC. He has got ROTC material all
He
over
is a
him.
leader. He's
Look
a
at him.
general.
He looks like a commander.
Yep.
I like that. You should just put him as your new commander instead of Justin Fields.
I mean,
You might have a choice.
Fields
I don't
is
know how
still
long
private
Fields
or
is out
something.
for.
yeah, I don't know, but
And
I
then
don't know what the heck's
Devontae
going on with
Smith.
Justin Fields.
Devontae Smith had his best game too, didn't he?
Yeah, he was not his
Second
not his
best.
best game, but still a good game.
Almost. He beat his second best. His second best game by 0.2.
Yep,
So,
he had 7 catches on 7 targets, so effective.
So
it was literally just
touchdown.
like
It
it
was
was
good.
like your team at max potential. Honestly, in my eyes, like
And I didn't even get double digits from my flex guy.
From your
Either one of my
flex
flex
guys.
guys and my defense scored negative. So like
yeah, maybe not max potential, but
there's still a
pretty
little
dang
bit of
close.
untapped potential in there, but it was nice to see my big dogs that I'm gonna have to count on to carry me, all of them to put it together.
Mhm.
That was huge. Yeah, Rashee Rice, I think he had another drop that was crucial.
might have scored a touchdown that one because there was a lot of space. He had one man to beat.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about him. Like, I mean, Sky Moore dropped a touchdown too for them. Like, not
Just-
a whole lot of
Just young
other
guys.
options.
It's gonna happen.
The Josh Palmer injury is a little scary.
He's injured. I didn't even know that.
Well, he was
came back,
questionable. He was
but-
questionable, and then it looked like he'd hurt it real bad, and then he came back. So I don't know. It's been weird. And then Quentin Johnson actually looked decent when he was out, and even when he came back.
Oh, he did look good. Yeah, I did see that.
So that's a little concerning, but I'm not. I don't know. I think we'll be all right, and I've got
I
some
do-
bench pieces that.
I do
Like
want to
how much-
touch on my insane bench again, putting up 105. I think we put up 10 or one, maybe
Why
more
are
than
you gonna
that.
start
last week.
Gus Edwards?
I am starting him. I'm starting him this week.
He ain't gonna do crap this week. We all know.
I know
it.
he'll score 5 points this week. 2 weeks in a row, 21 and 29. My bench, dude, like my bench would have probably beat a couple teams. I don't know.
And it was so great for me. Every
Actually,
time the Ravens
wouldn't
got
have
to the
beaten
goal
anybody.
line, since I played Lamar,
Oh, you're playing
when
Lamar.
he got to the goal line, Gus Edwards ran in. I was just thanking God every time for it. It was
Yeah.
perfect.
I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, I guess, having an awesome bench because you're like, oh, I wish some of these guys would be starting. But I mean, I think I made the right choices this week. Waller just happened to get injured. So
He might be out for a couple weeks. Looks like he
I
should
mean,
have-
I think I don't want to look at the score if I no, I wouldn't have beat Hunter even if I did start one of these guys in place of Waller. So yeah, there was nothing that was gonna get me the win this week. So that's fine. We'll move on to the next one. Kirk O'Hearn and
I think
Peter.
this one we all kind of knew was happening.
Yeah.
Peter, fun fact about Peter's team, actually the lowest points against of the year on the
I
season.
saw that earlier. That was
Oh.
interesting. He's the lowest points against, and he's still 2-6.
That's how bad his team is, honestly.
That's crazy.
Um,
And he's not even the lowest points for. I think Alex is still lowest points for.
yeah, he is. And I'm in second there. I'm like right behind him. This one really summed up by the inactive Gerald Everett. Not that he had any. I don't think he has another tight end on his bench. He has 2 on his
at
IR,
that time.
but you know, we'll touch on his team later. A big trade here.
Yeah, I'm excited to go over the trade.
Between these two teams right here played last week. They got to go look at each other and decide to
they
swap pieces.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean his good players played well except for Pollard. His bad players played bad. It's a pretty
About what you expect.
spot on.
Yeah, it was. I mean, what we've expected to see out of Peter's team. Eli's team, honestly, I don't know the stats on this, but one of his more lower scoring weeks, I think. He did have Craig Reynolds in there instead of more powerful Connor or Montgomery, but he still got the win. Kelsey had kind of a down week. Did he come out injured?
I think so.
No.
I just think their offense sucked this week.
Yeah, Patrick.
Yeah, they did put up 9 points. Down week from Puka.
Yeah. I mean, Eli won this week. He won this matchup. But I think if you would ask Eli, he'd probably trade a loss this week to save Kirk Cousins' Achilles. Eli would probably donate his own personal Achilles to Kirk Cousins. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see some memes. Hopefully we get a meme sent out soon to see what he says about Kirk. We might get like a memoriam, like video.
Oh yeah, he already said we're getting one. I was texting him about it.
I know he reached out to me about a meme idea, so
love it
for my big victory. So we should be seeing that soon.
I can't wait, but
he reached out to me acquiring for Tua. We almost came to a deal, but we did not. I wasn't quick enough on the trigger.
You want to give us some insight on the deal, or is that private?
Yeah, we can later whenever we go over the trades. I'll say what I offered and stuff. But yeah, his team. I mean, it was kind of a down week for him, but I think the rest of the season's for Kirk. So his team could come back with a vengeance.
I wonder if there's going to be like a name change or some way to salute Kirk in his honor, or maybe
which he already is. But I wonder if he can do it more. Yeah, do it for Kirk.
Do it for Kirk.
All right, Mud Dogs, 163, putting up points against the day out. Now, this is the big one. This was
the big matchup of the week. Yeah, as soon as we started to doubt Hansen, we start to move him down our rankings. Think maybe his team's not that good. They bounce back. They answer the call.
You got his running backs going nuts.
Yeah, they finally got Eckler involved and looking like old Eckler again. I mean,
didn't look good rushing the ball, but great receiving.
Yeah, McCaffrey doing McCaffrey things. Like Ayuk still getting a bunch. Godwin looked pretty decent. Evan Ingram quietly having a solid
Evan
game.
Ingram is wide receiver 6 or tight end 6.
Quietly tight end 6, yeah.
Super quietly. Russell Wilson actually tight end or quarterback 11. I can't get my positions right. Quarterback 11, because I was looking to do a trade with him, and I was like, actually, that's not great, but that's still starter material.
Yeah, I think only 4 picks on the year for Russell
Wilson.
Wilson.
He's actually playing okay. So
his numbers are good, which is crazy. They're just not winning games.
Yeah, his lineup's looking still really good. Tyler Lockett, he's been very sporadic, but he had a good game. This is the best game he's had since week 2. Yeah, Tyler Lockett does this.
The Kenneth Walker though, that 8 points.
That's the lowest of the year, I feel like.
Yeah, it's interesting. He got outsnapped by Zach Charbonnet, so that could be.
Oh wow, he only got 8 carries.
I think reports I read where he was dealing with, I think, a hamstring or something a little bit. So before the game coming into this week, so they lowered his snap count, but we might see, maybe a split somehow.
Closer to a split, closer to a 50-50.
Helps me a little bit, so I'll take it. Proud Zach Charbonnet owner.
I do love Zach Charbonnet. I just love that name too. It's a great name. Charbonnet.
Name. Yeah, so his team is back. Sendejo's in a little bit of trouble, 3-5, but it's a long season. We're only halfway through, so there's still a lot.
Over halfway through. He's did not get a great performance.
No, he didn't. I mean, 120 still.
It's kind of do or die here, I feel like.
Yeah, those running backs are a huge concern. We'll get to the trade that he made to try and beef up his running backs because he had to do something because those running backs were finally catching up to him.
I actually really like Pacheco. I think he's been really good. This was just a down week. He's running back 10. I mean, that's a lot of consistency right there.
I just don't.
I like Pacheco. I do not like Madison though. And he has no other running backs to pull from, so it really is he just had Pacheco, and then Kyron. I don't know when he comes back, but he really needs him back.
More weeks.
Kyron.
I don't know.
And then Taysom Hill. I told him Taysom Hill was going to destroy the Colts. For some reason, he felt like a guy that was going to go off against the Colts, and he did.
He's already tied in 11.
Crazy.
He literally just started playing basically on week 6.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I don't know. He should literally just have a flex designation. I don't think he should have a tight end running back flex only.
That's a good idea. You can't
pigeonhole.
You should
You
bring
have
that by
to play him in your
ESPN.
flex spot, yeah.
Yeah, because he plays. He takes snaps. He literally lines up in the backfield. He lines up a tight end.
Yeah, he's everything. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was his team. Definitely a little concerning.
Definitely thought it was going to be a lot closer matchup, but
Yeah, we did. I did too. Battle of the Zacks. 5-3 versus 3-5 Zach. And yeah, Zach's record's looking a little troublesome. It's lowest score of the week.
I told you that East Division really struggled, right?
yeah, West supremacy. We're on top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is in the tough division too, so that's not good for his playoff hopes.
Not a great game, I want to say, from either side. Was this our lowest scoring matchup of the week?
Totals, yeah.
Absolutely.
So pretty close. We knew this battle was going to be kind of close.
Actually,
was Joe Burrow the only guy to score over 20 in this matchup? Looks like,
in the whole matchup,
and not even really anybody else close. What the next closest was Josh Jacobs with 16. It was
Nick Cannis was 16. So
he actually benched Gabe Davis. He's not benched Gabe Davis all year, and he benched
if you draft Gabe Davis, you have to either start him every week or not start him every week.
you ride a guy with Gabe Davis.
Yeah, he's actually, I think, had a really good year, honestly. Well, 25. But honestly, wide receivers have been pretty good this year, so that's flex playable at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a ton of talk about out of this matchup. I mean, everyone just kind of sucked.
Yeah, not a lot of excitement.
Quentin Johnson
in his last game with Josh Dobbs. It'll be interesting to see what he does moving forward with Clayton Tune this week, and then probably Kyler the following weeks. And Michael Thomas, this Mr. 10 points, continues to just get 10 points and 10 points.
My goodness, this is fun to
I was looking at it earlier. He hasn't had a single week where he's boomed or busted. He's just consistently getting.
Got 13 one week.
9 to 13. That's it. That's guaranteed.
Crazy. It's so funny.
That is absolutely crazy.
And he has not scored a touchdown on the year. So that number will jump up to probably about 16 when he scores a touchdown.
He'll get
6, but
he'll find a way to when he scores his touchdown to have a lower receiving total.
Yeah, probably
to keep it around 9 to 13 because that's just what he does.
For sure.
Mostert's still not as dominant as he was.
No, Mostert's been down lately. 6 and 10, so not great.
Yeah,
H-Chan probably coming back somewhat soon, probably after the bye, right?
Yeah, they said week 11 they expect him to come back. So
so he's only got one more
RB1. That's why it was a little interesting to see Zach trade away Taylor.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't say that his running backs were dominant. I mean, he
not loading running back at all.
Yeah, when he came on earlier, he was talking about RB1 Mostert, and he's still RB3, but he's cooled off a little bit. H-Chan's going to come back here in a few weeks, and after that, you're going to rely on Antonio Gibson. Jerome Ford's been okay. He hasn't been, I don't think, as dominant as a lot of us thought.
Splitting snaps a lot more though.
Jerome Ford, only 4 points this week.
So he's going to have to rely on
Jerome Ford. They're in dire straits.
He's going to have to rely on Pacheco too coming in, but he's just doubling down on his receivers and see if it works out for him.
Yeah, and Zach's team, James Cook, they brought in Leonard Fournette. I don't know if that's going to take away from Cook, but Cook's not been great fantasy-wise.
No, Leonard Fournette's just going to take Latavius Murray's role and what Damian Harris's role is. James Cook's going to do everything, in the middle of the field, and then as soon as they get inside the 10, it's going to be Leonard Fournette.
And honestly, all of his guys have kind of cooled off. Stroud, I think, has been cold. 12, 13 points. Jacobs, I don't think, has been great either lately. That was his best week in a while.
He's just been okay, he'd be a good RB2. But
he's been
stuck
solid
on that Raiders team, and it's been bad.
Dude, the Raiders. The Raiders offense is
absolutely they're a dumpster fire. They fired everyone today. They fired everyone.
Yep.
They need to.
Offensive coach. all gone.
Sure.
I think the
Cooper-
linebackers coach is going to be head coach now. I'm like, what a promotion,
Yeah, he had an interesting quote in his
Promotion.
like press conference today where he was talking about like touching on guys and feeling guys and some
Gosh.
interesting quotes. Yeah, your boy Gus Edwards had a nice quote too. How he enjoyed the big load and he was hoping to get another big load this upcoming week.
I hope he gets it on a big load too.
It's like, all right now.
Cooper Kupp scored 2 weeks in a row. I don't know if Zach's concerned or not, but he got 10 targets. I don't think this is a Devontae Adams situation, but Stafford is out for a minute, isn't he?
Got the thumb. We don't really know what's going to happen yet. Not an IR candidate, I've heard. But kind of up in the questionable to play this weekend, I think.
Yeah, I think he's questionable.
We'll see.
DJ Moore's
I
also
will
cooled
say,
off.
if there's one player who I ever think is going to play who probably shouldn't, it is Matthew Stafford.
That's a fair point.
Dude, he's the toughest dude in the
He will
in the
break
league,
every
probably.
vertebrae in his back, and he will still come out their next play and play.
I love seeing the video of him he's making that drive down the field and he's like limping around
Yeah.
and he's like limping back and he keeps
that
getting
game
hit
against
so
the
hard
Colts.
and he keeps getting up and doing it. I was like, he's so awesome.
He could barely walk in that game against the Colts, and he was still in for like no reason too. It was like week 4, like why are you? It doesn't make any sense. But
Stafford's awesome though.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Stone needs Cooper Kupp if he wants to make a comeback, and
he
he has to have Cooper Kupp be Cooper Kupp.
He's truly only got Mark Andrews going for him right now, and like the whole team.
Yeah. Because he's got some okay pieces to like be solid, but like he doesn't he has to have Cooper Kupp be that dominant guy, and he's just hasn't been.
Yeah, he has to be getting 25-30 a game for him, honestly, with this. Yeah, so that's enough from this one, I think. Curtis Samuel finally stopped scoring, so maybe that's over with. Kicking the stigma of Danny Woodhead. This was a fun
big matchup here.
So actually, I was watching. Kicking the Stigma was actually projected, like for most of the week, it was projected to score like 160 something. His team was killing it all week, and then they kind of came back down to earth with Mahomes sucking. So yeah, I mean, he had a good week all in all. I guess CeeDee Lamb really carried.
Yeah, crazy numbers. Yeah, another game that came down to Monday night. I can't remember what exactly it was, but Alex had a pretty high chance to win percentage-wise going in because I think he needed, 10 points from Jacoby Myers or something like that. And then
just the Raiders, dude.
Jacoby Myers is feeling the Raiders' offense effect just like Devontae Adams.
They literally – I texted Hunter. I was like, they didn't get a wide receiver catch in the first half. Not even one.
I think Josh Jacobs led the team in receiving yards. So
yeah, I don't know how you don't complete a pass to a receiver in the first half of the game.
And you have 2 really good ones, really good ones. Both of those are way better than the Colts receivers. And the Colts, the Colts receivers are producing out the butt, dude. Like Colts receivers are going nuts, and the Raiders ones are just nothing. He's actually been good though, like this year.
Yeah, he's had some really good games.
Better than Devontae, I think. I don't know. Actually, I think Devontae had one really good game that had him
kind of inflating his numbers, but yeah.
Alex's
good luck, I think, kind of ran out here.
Hopkins
a little bit. Yeah, Hopkins. How about that?
Will Levis. How about that for the Dynasty League?
If you look at Will Levis's touchdown passes, there was probably one that was actually a good throw.
Okay.
Don't take away my joy here. Will Levis has the DeAndre Hopkins connection.
There was
only 6 targets, but he made them count with 35 points.
There was just a couple throws where
I mean that's how it goes, Gov. It's a results-driven league.
Yeah, it's just
Will Levis went nuts. Just accept it. His first game,
I like Will Levis. I think he just seems like a good guy.
Yeah,
and he's fun to root for.
Yeah, he was being talked about as a top pick for a while until he kind of slid. So he's got talent. I mean,
it sucks that he's in the AFC South with the Colts because I kind of want to root for him.
I do want to root for him.
This kind of seems like a fun guy. And I don't know why this unnecessary hatred from Gove, where this is coming from.
I don't get it.
This doesn't make any sense. Like, Will Levis hasn't done anything to you, and you already hate him for some reason.
I don't like the Titans. I don't like Kentucky. and I don't like mayo.
Yeah, but it's Kentucky. Okay. It's Kentucky football, so that's different, first off. He's played one game as the Titans quarterback, not even against the Colts. If he does that to the Colts, then yeah, we can start hating him. But right now, let's just enjoy Will Levis as a good quarterback.
Yeah, we'd rather see that than boring Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, gosh. I mean, just for the sake of football, Will Levis is more fun than
for
Ryan
real.
Tannehill.
I would rather watch.
But yeah, the Mayo.
I'd
the
almost
Mayo
rather
thing
watch
is
Philip Rivers than Ryan Tannehill.
Not Philip.
King
I would go
Philip.
that far.
I hate Philip Rivers.
King Philip.
Yeah, there was. I don't know. That was awesome from Hopkins and Levis, but
Yeah, that -6 from the Colts defense is
it's painful.
pull up the Colts defense. Like, have they had a good scoring week? Like,
They're
ever?
31. Look at that position.
What are we doing here, Alex?
Why are we starting the Colts defense? They've not even shown why you should start them either.
Like they scored a touchdown week 1, and that's the only reason they've ever scored double digits.
Man.
I mean, it's not like the Saints offense was like great coming into this, but still, like, it's not like the Colts have done anything to.
Yeah.
Any position player I have, and they're going up against the Colts, I am making them. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, you're playing them. Mm-hmm.
I am upgrading that matchup. Yeah. So.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
Who does Chuba Hubbard play this week? Though?
Zach Moss outscored Jonathan Taylor again. I'm shocked he benched Zach Moss, honestly.
I mean, I get
Tajay Spears.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tajay has scored double digits one time this year.
True.
And I think he got a touchdown. Yeah, he got one touchdown.
Week, you think Jonathan Taylor is going to come back and play more, and he really doesn't.
Tajay Spears is still just a glorified handcuff to me.
Yeah,
he's not scoring double-digit points. So
he's like a Jalen Warren.
Zach Moss, though, has been so good to Alex, and he benches him.
Been good to him.
He's so good to Alex, and he gets nothing but the bench. Poor Zach Moss.
Poor Zach Moss. Yeah, I guess that is interesting that he. I don't know. Maybe he's just really feeling the Titans offense because
maybe he was. He's buying in. I sent him. Not even after Gus Edwards scored his 21-point game, I sent him a trade, Gus Edwards and Justice Hill for Tajay Spears. He didn't accept it.
What?
I knew I was getting ripped off, and I just still wanted it. Tajay.
Parker, you have a hard-on for your freaking handcuffs.
Dude, I love my handcuffs.
I don't know why you have handcuffs because you don't play either one of them. You don't play either one of the Ravens running backs. What?
That's why I wanted to trade him because I was like, I'm not gonna play them over mine. So I need if Henry.
But then you run into bye week hell because then like you don't have other options to play on your bye week when those guys on your bye weeks.
That's where my buddy AJ Dillon comes in.
Oh my god, your buddy AJ Dillon, who you badmouth all year long.
He's actually played good for me lately. So I'll take
on your bench. He's played good for you on your bench.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started him a lot, but
Michael Wilson.
But anyways, yeah, he did not. He is not. I'm not. That trade's not on the table anymore. The Ravens running backs for Spears, so he should have accepted it when he had the chance. But he won't answer any of my trades. I'm like, man, I'm giving you good stuff here too.
He's busy in Mexico, which I guess he doesn't watch because he didn't text us back.
He didn't watch.
I don't remember the key phrase. What was it? Jackie Moon is my hero or something.
I still see him on the waiver wire and stuff though, and he still sets his lineup. So I know he's
he's like active in the league, but not active watching our podcast.
So I need to send him
with trades.
To the channel.
That's true.
All right. Speaking of the waiver wire, let's go into it.
Just one quick thing to wrap up this week. This week was the highest scoring week of the year.
Really?
The most points.
That actually kind of surprises me.
Only by 0.2 points, though.
Oh, there's a trade voting going on.
Me too.
So very close to week 3 was the next highest.
Wait, can you see the votes on here when you click vote? Does it show like?
Vote, yeah.
If you vote.
Oh, yeah. If you vote, it shows.
Go ahead, give us your vote on screen here, Parker.
Yeah, live voting here.
I'll allow it.
IRL.
Oh no.
You should be able to.
Doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think you can. That's weird.
Yeah.
They literally they just changed the fonts. Did you guys notice they just changed the fonts?
I don't ever look on PC, so
All right. Anyway, let's go back to that league home. Oh, well, it's still open. Oh, you can't. You
I
can
know
change it. That's weird.
I go on the app on my phone and vote.
Were there any vetoes? Because you guys could say last time you said you could see them. I didn't know how to see them. I never you guys vetoed mine.
It's 4 votes to uphold, 0 votes to veto right now.
Yeah,
that's funny out of Zach because Zach's always the leader of the charge on the vetoes. I figured somebody would get it back.
He did text me after the Eli Peter trade.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Like he's like I think he took it upon himself to do independent investigating from the FFI, and he's like, I already requested screenshots to make sure there wasn't collusion. It's been like 30 minutes since the trade went through, and Zach was already on it.
It's so funny. I love Zach's trade activity.
Zach lives to just ruin everybody else's trades.
I know. Let's just quickly get through waiver wire so I can get to the trades because I can't wait to talk about the trades.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about with waivers, anyways.
DeVary Douglas, that's a good pickup. $12.
Surprised you went for 12 though. I know
same
injuries,
as
but
Mud Dogs.
That seems like
Mud Dogs does not need him, so I'm actually glad Alex got him.
Is anybody really gonna start Demario Douglas?
I think he would at flex. Alex definitely would at flex. He just started typing speed.
Alex might have flex. I was thinking about it if I picked him up. I was honestly thinking about my final flex spot.
Yeah, I would. He's flex candidate.
I guess, yeah.
Not
if you're like a bottom tier team, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking he's not making.
I don't know what that's like, so I wouldn't know.
Your bench options suck. I don't want to hear it.
What do you mean?
You see the production he got last week? Nothing.
Also, big spender out of Mud Dogs. He spent on 3 guys.
Love to see the defense for $9.
Hunter, also you $9.
Your boy
you played Sam Howell on his one bad week.
Bro, what is this?
He was the high point quarterback last week.
400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
They let him throw the ball 52 times. Like, what are we doing?
You played him here? Yes,
it's whatever. Like, I'm not too mad. Like, I still won by like 30. Like, it's annoying, but it's funny.
Annoying, dude. Yeah, Vikings D for $9, and I'm shocked you didn't go for the what was it? Falcons, because they were the highest projected, and I think they're playing that's who I got playing the Vikings without Kirk Cousins. So I thought that was the clear choice for the stream of the week, but
you know something we don't.
Apparently the Vikings against
Taylor Heineke finally.
Vikings against the Falcons, so he has he's going on this matchup still, but from the Vikings.
Like a good game to bet the under.
Yeah. So Vikings for $9.
Like to see the Connor Hayward pickup.
So Peter tried to get Mario, but his roster was too high. He might go back and get him.
Oh, Peter.
For free.
That'll be his 4th tight end roster, I think. Wouldn't it? No, he has 2 on the IR, and then Gerald Everett and McBride. So that would have been his 5th tight end on his roster.
What's he cooking in there?
That's crazy. That's got to be close to the limit on tight ends on your team.
I don't know if IR counts though.
I don't know. And then we had another DeVary Douglas. Yeah, the Falcons. I also bet on the Raiders in case I didn't get the Falcons. Kirk picked the Raiders, so everyone worked out. I mean, we all got our defense.
I thought someone else might bid on him, but
also if you notice,
I don't think he's even going to play much.
If you notice, Kadarius Toney has now officially been dishonorably discharged from the Bloomfield ROTC. Some are saying that he overstayed his welcome.
I am saying that.
Official statement is that he has been I have tried to drop him for about the past 3 to 4 weeks, but have just been unsuccessful in my other claims. So there's just been no reason to drop him.
Should have just straight dropped it.
No.
Yeah, you should have just.
There's no point of that. If I wasn't going to get the other guy I wanted, I might as well just keep playing.
That would have been dishonorably discharged if you.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I guess
he was honorably discharged.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
All right.
You got to do a lot to get dishonorably discharged for me.
Yeah. I do that sometimes. I dishonorably just charge them sometimes just to
I did that
get
to
them
Trey
off my
McBride
team.
last week. So
If they
You
really
just
discuss,
just charge everyone. You just drop people left and right.
I know that's how Zach Skinner does it too. He always
they just
drops
piss
them
me off.
first.
So I'm done. I
like that too. So then you have an open spot if you need it. But
if you're not with me, you're against me.
I don't think there's any good way to look at trades.
Just go down to a little bit to recent activity or whatever. We can see the other one first.
Oh yeah, let's go to that one first. Okay, so we had Eli traded Trey McBride and Christian Kirk and Matthew Stafford for Justin Herbert. That's why Peter's roster is so full. He filled them all up.
Players on there now.
Remember last week when he had like 3 open spots? Well, he filled them all up. What do you guys think about this trade?
I'll go first. I like this trade a lot more for Eli than I do for Peter. Matthew Stafford, he's just kind of like waiver wire throw in.
He really is. He's nothing.
I mean, you could replace him with probably any top quarterback on the waiver wire and expect about the same amount of points.
Yeah, I would take a waiver wire over him.
Good. Hunter and I talked about him a little bit. Wide receiver 15, I think.
That's actually probably that's what's saving this trade is Kirk. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah,
he's solid.
15, like
he's still like a wide receiver 2 flex type player. And then Trey McBride's had literally 1 good game. So
I think that is risky. I think that Eli packaged a solid player, a risk, and a waiver wire for a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, I think Eli did just a flawless job here, selling high on McBride. Kirk's been good.
Yeah, he had a lot of good receivers, so it makes sense.
I think this only makes Eli's team better because he's never going to trade. He's never going to play McBride over Kelsey. So, and Kirk, he already had like Thielen and Puka. So, and he wasn't going to play Stafford. So this literally just bolstered Eli's team so much.
I actually,
that upgrades it from Kirk Cousins to Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Like that's an upgrade.
I did throw a veto on this just to see where it's at. I wanted to vote and see the votes, and I did throw a veto on it just to see. But obviously,
he's not salty or anything.
Of course he does. It was personal vendetta against the FFI.
I think if any should, I don't think it should be vetoed because I'm cool with the trades going through. I love vetoes, but I think they're funny. But I'm not gonna veto someone's trade. But I think this was a Eli really got the good end of this one.
Yeah, I think once you look at it, like nobody jumps off the page as like of Eli giving up somebody like really good, like Christian Kirk. You don't automatically think of him as like a top 15 receiver, like he has been. So I think you first look at it and you're like, well, that probably isn't very fair. But then you're like, oh wow, Christian Kirk's actually been producing really well. I think that is what the saving factor for this deal. It's almost like a desperation move by Peter at this point. Like he had to do something.
I mean, it's not dumb on Peter's part because Peter needed the guys. Peter needs, he needs a Trey McBride and a Christian Kirk. So
doesn't just leave Peter with Matthew Stafford though? Does he have another quarterback?
I don't know.
I can check.
But he can easily like drop Matthew Stafford and get, the quarterback of the week, like literally Sam Howell and Levis for the hot ones this week. So
yeah,
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Yeah, I mean, Kirk. I would play Stafford, I guess, over Jones, but both of those are terrible options. You could probably find something better on the waiver wire, but that's not really why he did this. I mean,
I mean, if Trey McBride continues to play solid with Ertz out and like Kirk continues to do like what he's doing, then it's going to pay off for.
Wait a minute.
Peter.
Does Peter have Ridley too?
Yeah.
That's nice. I mean, you know how I love my stacks, so.
Yeah.
Another reason I don't like this trade for Peter is because he gets Christian Kirk immediately on the bye.
Oh. That does suck.
I feel like that does hurt the value a little bit because if he takes another loss this week, it's probably over.
I'm telling you, this was a masterful trade by Eli. Absolutely masterful. I guess I'll share my trade. So me and Eli were thinking, well, I offered this to him. He wanted Tua, so I sent Tua. I can't remember what it was exact. Was it two? Here, let me look at his team. Eli. Ecom. Actually, I'll look at it on here. This would be easier.
Like recent sent or whatever.
Yeah, on my text. Tua and KJ Osborne for Thielen. And he said no because of the troublesome quarterback situation for KJ. Totally understand it. I would have done Tua and literally basically any of my flex, bench guys for Thielen, but it didn't, I didn't answer him all day, so he went on with the Herbert trade, which is definitely a better trade for him. So good for Eli on that one. We'll move over to the next trade unless you guys have anything else to add to that one.
Not think I'm good. This next one I feel like is the bigger.
I haven't really looked at this one closely. Sendejo, so Pacheco and Allen for Zach Skinner's Taylor and Higgins. What do you guys think?
Take it away, go.
Yeah, so I think that basically Zach got a little better at wide receiver, a little worse at running back, and the opposite for Jonathan there. I know we kind of touched on this when we went over Zach's team. A little surprised to see the downgrade at running back, just because of Mostert having kind of cooler weeks. Jonathan Taylor has been splitting a lot of work, and Pacheco is kind of sneaky there. And I believe we said he was number 10.
Pacheco's been good. Yes, good. He had a down week this week, but literally he's been, better than Taylor. I know Taylor's been out, but he's had one good week.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, the more I look at this, I'm thinking Zach got it. Yeah, he got an amazing trade, honestly.
I think
Pacheco. I like that.
Jonathan was looking a lot more for the name recognition, the kind of the sexy names, No one wants the 7th round, draft pick and the 30-year-old wide receiver. You know what I mean?
I feel like John was making needing to make a big swing, and I feel like Higgins and Taylor, their ceilings are higher combined than Allen's and Pacheco's, which I think is kind of what he needs right now at 3 and 5.
I think
I think you're more likely to get if all four play at their ceiling. I feel like Higgins and Taylor are better and going to score more than Pacheco and Allen at their ceiling.
He's
so that makes sense for him, and he needed more stability at running back, I guess, with getting Taylor. If you call it more stability, it was an interesting trade. Jum kind of tipped me that there might be a deal in the works. Yesterday when I talked to him about trying to get him on the pod. So I had a feeling that something was getting ready to go down. But yeah, I guess I just wasn't expecting these big of names, but it'll be interesting. I feel like these were all pretty cornerstone pieces for all these teams. So it'll be interesting to see how those move forward.
Yeah, I think Zach did a terrific job of selling T. Higgins. I guess you could call it high on 12 points.
I don't know how you
He's literally been terrible. If I'm Zach, I'm just so happy I got Higgins off my team because he's a guy you have to start, but he's sucked all year for you. The thing
he has a rib injury, but
the thing is, Burrow has been playing better lately, and he's just going to get better, I think, throughout the year. So Higgins could end up being good, but I think this is just kind of a down year for him, and to get that much value out of him when he's been playing this poorly, that's impressive. So I don't know. I like this trade way more for Zach personally, but it could work out for Jum if both of these guys play to their potential.
Yeah, I think it's a good trade for both sides. I think Jum need to take a big swing to try and right the ship, I guess. And I think Zach gets a lot more consistent production with Keenan Allen and even Pacheco. Like I feel like you know what you're gonna get. You know what you're gonna get out of those two guys compared to the very inconsistent plays from Higgins and Taylor.
Yeah, I'll take consistency all day long. And I think Keenan Allen's been absolutely ridiculous. So I'm shocked he would do this. So, but yeah.
It's fun to see the big names get moved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually was I was so close like a week ago sending him trades from Derrick Henry to like Derrick Henry for Pacheco. So I was wanting Pacheco personally.
Damn.
But that's how highly I think of Pacheco. But I didn't do it. I don't like sending trades because I give people way too good offers sometimes.
Keep them coming, baby.
Not always, but sometimes.
I just wish I had one of your handcuffs.
Also, whenever Ghost sent out the group message, I sell high for Tua. Go came to me one time with a text. I screenshotted it because it was so insulting.
Let's see it.
He said, "Would you trade the Watsons for Tua and Waller? Deshaun Watson and Watson for Tua and Waller?" And I was like,
Go send me a terrible one with the Predator Deshaun Watson too the other week.
I thought that was almost a case for like attempted assault. I thought so. I was thinking about turning him into the FFI for that one, but I didn't.
You know my battle with him.
My battle. All right, so if that's everything on the trades, let's move on to the upcoming week. I think.
Yep.
What's up next?
Week 9.
All right, let's look at.
Welcome to your bye week, Parker.
Dude, this is my bye week. Oh no, it was my bye week. Hell, I got very, very lucky. I have ETN, my defense, and Laporta on bye, but I'm playing Peter, so I'm nervous. Though I'll be honest. Like without ETN, I feel a little bit nervous. Like, look at ETN's been freaking RB2 for me.
So good.
He's been so good. So I'm like kind of scared because Laporta's also been so good. Like I'm losing 2 of my absolute cornerstones this week, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I am playing Peter. But I'm still a little scared. I mean, no injuries for his team. He's coming off that trade. McBride could have a big week.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows what if Matthew Stafford's even going to play? Like Daniel Jones probably is not going to play, so he may not even pick up another QB to play. I mean,
that's what could save me.
Prize possession is out along with Calvin Ridley. So,
I mean, he does have the Saints defense playing Chicago and Rashid Shaheed playing Chicago, so that might be troublesome for you.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
I don't know.
100% confident, to be honest.
He's got some solid matchups.
Because also, I've had awesome tight ends all year. Well, guess what? Waller's out this week, so I'm out Waller and Laporta. So I have to start Jonnu Smith. Again.
You want Njoku?
No, I don't want Njoku.
Give up Devontae Adams, and you can get.
He adds Njoku in every single trade,
and that's why we had him last week. Crazy good.
I didn't want him last week.
I'll trade him to you for Waller straight up.
No. Okay, what were you saying?
Wants and needs, baby.
I don't know. Go get distracted.
You said something. You said something about Adams.
I don't know. Probably. Oh, I think I said something about he'll trade you Njoku for Devontae Adams. But
oh yeah,
I do that one too.
You do that one?
I get FI involved, so
I'll think about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, may be closer than initially thought.
Yeah, I marked this as like a win too on the schedule, but I'm like, dude, I'm getting kind of hit hard by the bye week. I'm gonna hope Gus Edwards doesn't score 5 points. Hoping he scores just 20 points again. Hoping Devontae Adams gets back on track. I have all the faith out of my Deontay Johnson, Downs, and Pittman, and hopefully Allen plays like. My team's looking shaky. Out of the whole year, this is the shakiest my team's looked. So I'm still going to pick myself for this one, but I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say scared. I'm just cautious I'm not overlooking this one. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
I think this one just comes up, to him having to start Smith and Jigba. Don't love that. I know he scored a touchdown last week, but
Yeah.
Back-to-back double-digit weeks.
Shaheed
I don't trust it.
Shaheed had 3 catches and
For
24 points.
153 yards, which is
51,
crazy.
51 yards a catch. Nope.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen again, but that kind of feels like a lucky week.
But they
'cause
do
he
play the
picked-
Bears.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I'm a little bit scared.
I'm going with you, Parker.
Thank you, buddy. Hunter, this is your week to pick a big upset over me.
I don't know, man. I initially thought like you'd be on bye week this week because you're playing Peter, but looking at your team and that he's got some good matchups.
This is my team's weekend
Oh,
right
man.
now.
I kind of want to go against the grain, but I feel like it's stupid. But I also feel like I want to trust my gut. I don't know here.
I'll say this, you got to make some risky plays to get your percentage close
You know what?
to
Screw
ours.
this. Yeah, let's go Peter. Screw it. I'm going Peter.
I want the doubters. All right. We got the Battle of the Combs Bros. This will be a fun one. 1 and 2 consistently in the rankings lately.
Yeah, this is probably each of our. I know they're both in my top 2. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, spoiler alert, they're in my top 2.
Both right there. So this one's taking number 1 for me on the week. Next week. So whoever
The battle for number 1 spot in the power rankings. Is this what we're calling this?
I think so. Yeah. Unless they both lay duds and somebody else goes nuts.
Like me?
Maybe. I don't think my team's going nuts this week, but I'm just hoping for a win this week. I think the Mud Dogs could also make a case if they drop another 160. They could make a case for number 1 next week.
I've tried that. I've got wrong by them too many times.
Anyway,
this should be interesting with this matchup. Chase Edmonds getting the start for Eli.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean,
That's as desperate as it gets.
That's the thing. I'm like, I want to rank Eli's team lower because that's just kind of like insulting to the other teams that have actual running backs. But his team's so good everywhere else that it doesn't even matter. You can play one running back and still be amazing because his freaking other guy's just that good. So I'm like, I can't even downgrade him because of the Edmonds play. I can't.
It's just funny that we're looking at Puka Nacua and Adam Thielen as top 10 wide receivers and that being the strength of his team. If we would have said that 2 months ago.
Yeah, if you look at this team was ranked 12 coming out of the draft.
Puka Nacua was, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. Adam Thielen, everyone was not picking him. He's old. He sucked for 2 years now. He's not been good at all. And then all of a sudden, freaking, what is he? Top 8.
8, which is crazy.
8. Ridiculous.
Old fart Thielen.
Yeah, I mean, his flexes have really come along. Olave's getting tons of targets.
I'm a little concerned about Jordan Addison, though.
I'm not, because he doesn't have a great quarterback anymore, but 31 and 21. Even if he drops down to 12 points in his last flex spot, I'll take that. I think he'll still be a double-digit scorer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Number 1 kicker.
I think Addison will be fine. Dobbs has been. I feel like.
I don't think Dobbs is starting this week, though.
Not this week, but he will be. He's going to start eventually. And Dobbs, I feel like, has proven that with Marquise Brown has been relevant, a good steady flex option. Yeah. So Dobbs has proven that he can have he can maintain a fantasy relevant wide receiver, and I feel like Hollywood Brown and Jordan Addison are fairly close skill level wise. Addison maybe a little better. I don't know. I feel like pretty close. I feel like Addison will be fine once Dobbs comes in. But I don't think he'll be as good as he has been with Kirk.
I'll tell you what, Eli's really Montgomery's almost. I think he's coming back soon. He really needs him though.
My gosh,
slot in there. And I don't know about what's this other guy that's injured.
James Conner at the bottom there.
Yeah, Connor. I don't know when he's coming back, but he could use him too. So
Maybe
Eli's team could look really scary when they're back to full health.
Yeah, and he doesn't even need. I mean,
He doesn't
obviously
really,
having
but
both of them would be great, but like he still has Rashad White, who's been a solid other running back, and like everyone
Yeah.
else is so strong. Like he really just needs one of
22.
Connor or Montgomery to like be solid, and he'll
That's
be fine.
definitely this team's weakness, though. It's Achilles' heel is like Rashad White's barely RB2 status, and like his running backs are just weak. But
Yeah. I mean, Montgomery's got to stay healthy when he's struggled with that. I mean, when he's healthy, he's dominant, but
he's taken my Ravens running backs approach with starting both of them. Although I would take the Ravens running backs over the Tampa Bay ones.
Yeah,
personally.
as well.
I mean, Team Cuck's kind of in the same boat with his running back too. With
Oh my
Najee
gosh!
Harris. I
Don't
guess
get me
it's been, I
started
mean,
on
it's
Team
been a little bit
Cuck's
better,
running
but
backs.
yeah, Parker. I mean, you have this like burning hatred for his running back too.
Bro, I hate his running backs. I'm like, I almost picked Najee Harris too, which is the scary thing. He's turned it on lately, so that's some hope for Peter. Najee's not really
Tannen's really turning it on.
Yeah, 7 carries for 13 yards is turning it on.
I mean, for Peter's like jumping up for joy for that. Like I bet Peter's running backs all year have scored him 5 points each. Like
You mean Isaac?
Miles Sanders, yeah, Isaac, Miles Sanders, and Najee Harris. That's been his starters this year.
Who cares?
I say Miles Sanders has lost his job to Chuba Hubbard, so he's now really struggling.
Don't like to hear that.
But he's made up for it with number 5 running back DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, and having wide receivers 1 and 2 will make a huge difference as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, his team is so top heavy. That's why I've been so down on him, because I'm like, they're not a great team. They're just the 1 and 2 wide receivers that are just scoring ridiculous points.
About 45 points a game from 2 players. It's really hard.
Yeah, so they've been really good, which is why like we've not ranked them high, because like as a team they don't look great, but
we're just like waiting on like AJ Brown and Tyreek Hill to like come
get an injury
back down.
Yeah, anything if one of those get injured, like this team is going down the drain. Like, but right now they're still, as long as you've got those 2, like he's going to put up 130 a week. Like I don't think, regardless of what the rest of the guys do. So,
it'll be interesting to see if Isaac looks to make a move for another consistent running back. But I don't know what trade pieces he has to get that. So
I offered him a trade for AJ. I don't know if he's like would move Tyreek or AJ, but I was giving him like a 3, like some of my running backs and a good player for one of them. I don't know if he'd even move one of them, but I would be interested in seeing if you would. That'd be the only thing like I'd be interested in off his team is Swift, Hill, or Brown. So yeah, I don't know between who's going to win this one. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go on Team Cuck. I'm a believer in the big 2. I think the other pieces are going to be good enough. It's hard to bet on a team and pick a team that's starting Chase Edmonds
at 4 points projected. I'm with you.
Yeah, I can't imagine Jordan Addison does anything too crazy good this week with whoever they end up starting. Yeah, so I mean Thielen will probably go crazy against the Colts secondary because they suck, but and then Herbert plays the Jets defense, which has been really good. I like Isaac's team here. I think they're good. I think it'll be a close one. I think it'll both be high scoring, but I'm gonna go with Isaac.
Go.
Yeah. I wish I was playing either of these guys this week. My fun fact is I've only beat the Combs, each brother, this year. So this would be a cupcake matchup for me either way.
Each brother? Those are your 3 wins?
Brother ones. That's all my
each brother wins.
So it's me versus the Combs. Which is also the FFI.
The rivalry.
Against him has been the Combs. So
what do you think about what do you think about the Do It for Kirk campaign?
Never a Kirk believer. So I don't want to touch too much on his injury. It's sad to see, but I think this team is gonna keep on moving with or without him, especially with the big trade. I do actually like the Rashad White, and if you have nobody else to starting Chase Edmonds, just in case he vultures a touchdown.
Yeah, not a bad idea, honestly.
So compared to what he could have done, probably
Other
one of his
options.
best.
He has no other options except Matt Breida.
Yeah, disgusting.
So out of your options, I think that is that's what I would do if I had no other running backs to
I
start.
mean, yeah, if you're going to compare him to Matt Breida, his other option. I mean, yeah, that's a smart play for Chase Edmonds over Matt Breida.
I did
comparative to everyone else in the league.
I did speak to Eli going into this matchup. Ask him if he wanted to borrow one of my rentals for the week. He said he's just gonna ride it out and hope his wide receivers show up. I told him that Isaac is beatable. We also saw it happen last week, so we know it can be done.
Isaac is beatable.
He is beatable.
I think. Yeah. So who are you picking?
I'm gonna go Eli here. I'm interested to see Tyreek Hill at Kansas City.
It's not at Kansas City; it's in Germany. So,
yeah, but against Kansas City, big reunion game for him. So Najee Harris sucks.
I love it. Yes,
he's god awful. Honestly,
you got to add Miles Sanders in there too, though.
He's basically Trent Richardson and catches some passes.
Najee Harris.
Yeah,
which sucks
too. Would you take Trent Richardson over Najee?
Would I say take Trent Richardson over Najee? No, but that's not saying a lot. I mean,
you had to think about it though.
I did consider it.
It's stupid because Najee has sucked so bad, but they're still playing him a lot over Jaylen Warren. They're not
good. He's
been a starter. Look at that. He's been a starter all year, and he's running back 32.
It's annoying.
That's the worst starter in the league. If you're to call on the 32 teams, but there's a lot of teams that have two running backs better than him.
The Colts.
I'd probably say the Ravens even.
Ravens probably 4 running backs better than
Dolphins. The one's been on IR for 2.
Yeah, Keaton Mitchell definitely better than him. I saw one of you picked him up in our dynasty league. I was proud of you.
That's me.
I picked him up in a couple other leagues.
Did you think of me when you did that?
I did, yeah. I almost messaged you about it or tagged you in it or whatever.
That's funny.
But
yeah,
anyway,
I'm gonna.
What's your thoughts here?
I'm gonna take. I mean, I spent the last 5 minutes railing Team Cuck like I always do, but I'm going to take Team Cuck over Eli because. I mean, I like Eli's team a lot, but I think Team Cuck's not going to drop 2 in a row. His team's looking really good right now. I don't think he's gotten anyone on bye, really. Yeah, nobody on bye, nobody injured, complete, full health, full strength. Najee's even looking better than he has been. So,
wait, go back down to his bench.
His bench is struggling with Miles losing his job and
Devontae Foreman, what the other running back was.
Yeah, Devontae Foreman probably kind of losing his job.
Injury really hurts him, honestly.
It really does hurt him because that was one of the only he lost Bourne and Pickens is losing a lot of his touches to Deontay Johnson. So he really lost 2 flexes in 1 week.
The Steelers, they just suck, but the
Steelers are like the Raiders, but the Steelers are actually winning. The Raiders
defense is just good.
But yeah, I mean, Peter's flexes are looking rough now. His bench is looking rough.
Isaacs.
I keep saying Peter. Isaacs. I'm still picking Isaac because, like I said, his roster's kind of at full strength, and I pick against him enough to where I've learned my lesson, and I think he's gonna beat Eli because Eli's a little bit weak with Chase Edmonds there, I guess. But I do think he's upgraded. I think Eli's team's actually better now than they were before the trade. I think Kirk Cousins getting injured obviously sucks, but Eli got better with Herbert as his quarterback, obviously. So
Is Kirk Cousins on his IR?
yeah, he said he's keeping him there for moral support.
Okay.
That's what
Be
he
a
told
good
me on
locker room
text.
guy. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Eli's, I mean, I don't think he's going to beat his little brother, but I think Eli's poised to make a run for the playoffs, maybe the title. We'll go on to this one. Sendejo, he's not, he made the trade, so that's why his team's a little bit empty right now
Yeah.
against the FFI. The FFI.
Yeah, not the FFI. Don't say that one.
The FFI.
But yeah, this one I think it's gonna be a good matchup. I think I honestly like playing against him more after the trade than before.
Yeah,
Not
he
by
traded away
much.
2 players that were killing it for him for freaking
Yeah.
Taylor, who scored 10 points, and Higgins, who scored 10 points, which is a high for him, basically.
So,
I would like it too.
Amon-Ra is on bye.
Oh man,
Yeah, this is your week to strike, Gove.
Really
Catch him
helped.
like you lead.
this is your week. That's honestly a really ballsy move, trading those 2 consistent players for potential. Because if Sendejo loses this week, he's 3-6.
Yeah. This is really a battle to right the ship for both of us. So I think it's going to be a slugfest. Cole Kmet and Jahan Dotson, they're gonna probably win him or lose him this week for sure.
I think to lose him the week, honestly.
I'm still debating on what I want to do with my last flex spot. I got Henderson in there right now.
What's your options here? Njoku. Do Njoku.
Njoku, DeMarcado, Christian Watson.
You've not given Njoku 1 day in the sun this year, and you've kept on.
He started for me earlier this year.
Okay, if you say so. Definitely not Christian Watson. You tried to give me this freaking crap.
He's not the problem. Jordan Love is the problem.
I wouldn't go that far. Jordan Love's not been that bad.
He's been.
Their offensive line sucks. I'm a Jordan Love believer.
Their GM is questioning whether he's the quarterback of the future or not.
Well, their GM's an idiot.
For drafting him behind Aaron Rodgers, yeah, wasting on definitely so. But
what about Amari DeMarcado?
Thought about it. He's questionable, I believe, with an ankle injury or something though. So
I'm telling you what you told me last week. You're overthinking it. Just start Darrell Henderson and DK. Call it good.
DK is definitely staying. Henderson is probably going to start there.
I wouldn't pick any of these guys myself.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of like my bench, but they're not great options. That makes sense.
Yeah, not great, but I mean they're not droppable guys anymore.
Yeah, I feel like they're all worthy of keeping, maybe except for, of course, Fournette. He was just kind of like a wing it.
I would drop
Rico.
Treylon and Rico.
Treylon's definitely my most droppable, I think. Picked him up just for the draft pedigree, and he's kind of been banged up. But he got, of course, 0 catches last week. So there's just not a lot on the waiver wire, I want to say. So, yeah, I think it'll be a close one. I'm really rooting for myself here. Last week, I broke the streak of picking myself and winning against both of you. So God bless for that one.
Did?
Yep.
Oh, you did beat Isaac, yeah.
I did beat Isaac. So I'm going with myself here. We're riding the ship.
Always picks himself.
Maybe Aaron Jones will figure it out. Maybe not. But
yeah, what's going on with him, man? My boy AJ Dillon's outplaying him, outscoring him 2 straight weeks.
Just the Packers just kind of
AJ
suck.
Dillon. The Packers do suck.
They just suck.
Really do suck.
And they're wanting to kind of limit his snaps because he's been battling an injury a little bit still. I'm a little concerned about Jones. I'm glad I didn't get him in that trade. The league saved me.
You're welcome.
Freaking FFI.
I'm gonna go with Gove's team here. I don't know. The Sendejo concussions aren't looking as scary as they used to. Definitely think they're on the downward trend. I think Gove's on the upward trend. Joe Mixon has looked looks good last week. I think that
Yeah.
Bengals offense is looking a lot scarier. I think he'll be all right. I like Gove's potential, like his roster more than Sendejo for this week in particular, especially with the Monroe on the bye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who knows what you're going to get from T. Higgins and Taylor. And so I'm going to go with Gove here, and I guess maybe an upset. This is a big battle with these two teams that have high hopes, 3-5. Like this is huge to keep your playoff hopes alive.
I am definitely taking Gove here. I think this is the week that Chum's team, I don't want to say they're buried, but I mean, he's gonna take one right in the gut here. Like
Right in the gut and one right in the butt.
yeah. I do not like the trade he made. I think trading away Keenan Allen and Pacheco, your two guys that have played maybe the most solid for you all year outside of Diggs and Hurts, for some risk is, I don't know. That's not the move I would have made, but I think when he slots those in, it'll look closer. But I mean, he's hoping Dotson plays well, like Komet's. I don't know. He scored 0 or 20, so
He's somehow tied in 7 on the year, which is crazy.
somehow, yeah. And he scored well last week, so I'll probably score 0 this week or 2. Yeah, and then Madison, who's like lost like half of his job, kind of. They're like a committee now.
Yeah, it's like almost
6
a
and
full
4.
50-50 split. It
With
feels
the 5th round rookie, like starting this week, that they both scare me a lot. So
I'm not look. This is the weakest his team's definitely looked, and strongest Ghost teams looked. I think.
I agree.
I think Ghost teams
except for
looking.
week 1, we were good week 1.
Oh, you're good week 1. Then you lost Aaron Jones. I think you're looking pretty good. I like the whole makeup of the roster here. I think you got the win this week. I don't know. I don't want to say it's not going to be close, but I think you got the win.
A convincing win.
Wow.
A convincing win for Gove. He just beat undefeated Isaac. Sendejo had a bad week last week. I think this is going to be an even worse week. I think this is going to be a commanding win for Gove. This could look really bad, but
All right.
there you go, Gove.
Appreciate it.
Zachary versus Tyler.
Bye week hell.
Is he on by home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the 1 week that
This
he's
is
been dreading
terrible.
his entire year. He's been dreading this week.
Both quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And you really hoped
Wide
to be in
receiver.
a better record wise at this point.
And that's the thing. If he would have lost last week, like sitting at 3-5 with this bye week hell, like his season was probably over. So that just made last week's win against Jum even bigger and more important. This is about as bad of a bye week hell as you can get.
This is awful. I don't know. I've never seen one this bad. This is terrible.
Devin Singletary.
4 starters. Devin Singletary and DJ Chark.
Yeah, he's lost both quarterbacks, his tight end, wide receiver 1, and his RB 1.
Yeah, this is some rough week for him.
This will be terrible.
And his tight end.
It's gonna be an upset if he wins this week. Like he's got the better record, better team overall, but it's gonna be a huge upset if he can win.
And he's got to hope these 3 questionable guys play. I mean, I don't know if they're injured, but he has no other options. Only Mooney.
Yeah, this is
terrible. So yeah, I mean, I think.
I guess Zach Stone, like there has to be Zach Stone.
I guess we're all thinking of
Zach Stone.
Almost by default, yeah, because it's the worst bye week hell that we've probably
unless Sam Howell puts up 30 points again.
Sam Howell, Eckler could go nuts. Lockett's capable of 20. Godwin's also capable of that. Logan Thomas has had some good weeks.
He's been pretty reliable, tight end 10.
Yeah, he's been solid, so he could put up some points.
Those top 5 guys are gonna have to go off. Like he's gonna have to get 4 of them go crazy.
Which yours did that against me last week, so it's possible.
It is possible.
The names are a little better for Hunter, I think. They definitely are.
Yeah. I don't know. What this team's looking, there's nothing wrong with them. He's got Debo out, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Stone's team's been very up and down with DJ Moore and Cup,
Cooper
and
Kupp,
Jacobs, and Cook. So I mean, he could mess around and lose this one.
Davis.
This could potentially be maybe like a 105 to 95 matchup, like a dumpster fire matchup. So I can see that happening. Somebody sneaking a win, scoring a low amount of points. Yeah, I'm still gonna go Zach Stone. I think Hanson. I don't think he's gonna be able to overcome bye week hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Zach too. I think Cooper Kupp's gonna bounce back. I think he's gonna put it away this week. It's the bye week hell. I think of.
Yeah, Zach Stone for sure.
Nice and short. All right, Danny Woodhead's against your mom. You think?
I'm gonna go with Zach Skinner here. Your mom. Definitely think he's getting better from that trade. I just not the biggest believer in Alex's team. I think he's got a lot. He's gotten pretty lucky with some wins, with having still the lowest amount of points scored. He's got some good pieces in there. He's got Zach Moss back in the starting lineup.
RB4, Zach Moss. He's back.
RB4.
I don't starting to RB4. That's just crazy. RB4, Zach Moss.
Ridiculous.
Even still missing a week too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know, man.
Starting to Mario Douglas too. I can't imagine DeAndre Hopkins scores 34 again. Hawkinson without Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and the Raiders looking worse than they've ever looked.
Yeah, I'm going your mom here. I think his team's solid. I think it's definitely a contender after this trade.
I agree. I'm gonna go after this trade. I'm gonna definitely go your mom. I think that's gonna look nice when he's got Higgins out of there, and I don't know about Ford. He didn't play. Well, actually, I think he did okay last week, but nope, 4 points.
No,
I don't love that play, but I think he's still gonna take Alex down.
Yeah, I definitely like Zach's team a lot more after this. The trade he made. I will say, even foreshadowing our rankings going forward, I am a little lower on Zach's team, which I don't know why. I think I definitely need to look at his team a little deeper and move him up in the rankings probably, especially when he's 6-3 next week.
Yeah, that's why he's higher for me. I don't like the makeup of his roster, but his records that are leading in your guys' division, isn't it?
The team of misfits that just somehow get the job done.
Misfits, yep.
So I go Zach here.
All right, Hunter. Let's see it.
Yep, Bloomfield ROTC. Coming off a big win against Parker. We're going to try and kick that stigma. I feel fairly confident this week. A little bit of concerns going against CeeDee Lamb, coming off a big week. And the Philly secondary is not great. I think he's got some solid matchups. Definitely has the potential, I feel like, to put up a big number. I think Mahomes could have a big game. The B-Robs could have big games. So I am a little worried. I guess I was a little shocked not to see myself such an underdog in the projections.
It doesn't look good for you.
It doesn't look good, but I think
I'll be fine.
I think the Chuba Hubbard projection at 9.4 is low, considering he out-snapped and outworked Miles Sanders by quite a bit, going against the Colts team who can't stop anyone on defense right now.
I'd put him at a 12 points if I were.
So I think that's not as generous.
Same with Devontae, 13 after a nice week.
Yeah, Dallas defense is pretty good, so I can see that being a little low. I'm going to need Rice and Palmer to do better than they have. I've thought about sticking Jalen Warren in there, but he's just been, very mid. Like I can't get myself to put him in there.
Is he better? He's higher than
Not by
Najee
much, but he is better than
Najee,
Najee.
yeah.
Like I mean,
I'd take him over Najee Harris.
he's been okay, but like I don't think I'm gonna. I just can't justify putting him over Rice and Palmer right now.
I like your
No.
bench. You've
Thank
got
you. Some people don't like my bench for some
Gibbs,
reason.
Fields, Kittle. I mean, they're on the bench for now, but
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta think Kittle's on the bench because he's on bye.
I
Gibbs-
know that, but he's still got
Not
Warren and Dobbs. I don't mind his bench at all. I think it's one of
Yeah.
the stronger benches in the league.
Hop off, Gove. Hater.
You do.
They're not putting up 105 like my bench, but they.
Your bench only puts up 105 because you don't start the players you should be starting. Don't even give
My
me
bench
start.
puts up 105 because I got two on there dropping 20 every week, and Gus Edwards dropping 30s.
It's fair.
That's what my bench is doing.
I also think the Derek Carr projection at 13 is low going up against Chicago.
You do.
So I don't agree with a lot of these projections. Derek Carr's been playing solid these last couple weeks. 13 against Chicago, I feel like is a disrespect. Considering he's had over 13 for the past 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Against better teams.
He's only scored 13 like 3 times out of the 8 weeks.
I don't understand. I mean, I'm not expecting him to drop like 40 or anything, but like I think I'll be fine. I still think I'm fairly confident, probably more confident than I should be, being projected to lose by 9 right now. But I think I trust my guys. I trust Chase. I trust Kamara. I trust Hubbard. Like I think maybe Connor Hayward can sneak in a touchdown on Thursday night.
You think so? Pittsburgh.
Maybe. If I can find a way to win this week, it'll be huge without Gibbs and Kittle.
It'll be Kamara and Chase. That's what it'll be.
I need them to both combine for like probably 50 points at least.
Man, this is a tough one, honestly.
This is tough. I think Jackson's team's looking very strong right now, and my team's looking pretty weak. So I think it's definitely a winnable game for him, but I'm still going to pick myself. I have confidence in my guys. I believe in my troops.
Yeah, I really need this. I really need Jackson to win this week. We're both trying to climb the standings in the tough West division here. A lot of players clawing from the bottom. I think the East is looking a little weaker every week. Going forward.
I agree. West Side supremacy.
West is working hard. You guys have really had Peter dragging you down now.
We're on the come up.
So I'm going to go with Jackson here. I think his team is kind of sneaky good, honestly. I know he is super low in rankings, and no one's really sold on him. But if you just kind of look at the position rank, you got a lot of top 15 guys.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, surprisingly,
I've been higher on Jackson the last couple of weeks than some others. I feel like in the past.
I think he catches you at a good week, and I think he takes this week.
I agree with that statement. I think he does catch him in a good week. I think that's why he's going to win this one because I don't know why Hunter's looking so weak right now. I mean, these 3 hurt, really.
Yeah, no Gibbs, no Kittle, since they coming off of what they combined for 50 points last week, over 50 points.
Yeah, I mean, that
makes a huge difference.
Killed me.
But yeah. So I mean, I have a few guys that are under projected, so I think I'll be fine. I got confidence.
I think the league's been really close this year, record-wise. I think it's just going to get closer with Jackson winning, going 4-5, 5-4. I don't think Hunter's taken off with the lead yet.
If that happens, okay. Usually like saying it as it's a matter of fact already. When Jackson wins, okay.
All right, if that's all, we're going to jump over to rankings.
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty.
Might move through them a little quick, but let's do them.
What'd you say?
I said might need to move through them a little quick. We're at hour 37 already.
Yeah, we'll cut a couple of minutes out of there. Oh, there they are.
Let's get it.
Number 12, we got Peter. Do we need to discuss it?
Sinking ship.
I think he's going to be
sunk. Hopefully I do not lose to him this week. Anyway, Alex's team, steady at 11. I think staying there probably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's been above 10 or 9, like on anybody's rankings. I think that's the highest he's
I
been
put him,
all
I
year
put him
long.
high last year. Last week I had him pretty high because he beat me the week before. Kicking the stigma.
Look at us, guys. We're all in sync
We're
here.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the end's pretty clear, honestly. Although this one he could move
Yes,
up if he
speak
beat
up. Yeah, his team's looking better.
his team is looking better. I think it actually tightens up from here on out. I think he separates himself a little from 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I will go to prove it to me. Besides one win against Isaac, I need it.
Just one win against consensus number 1. Okay.
I mean, that's how I felt. Like I have Gove at 8, and I like thought about putting him a little higher, and I was like, you still got to prove it. Like you're still like what, bottom 2, bottom 3 in points scored. Like
yeah, I was like, you got to prove it.
Yeah, like I need to see I need to see a little bit more consistency. Like I'm not ready to buy in after one good week.
Which is he's got him here.
Better buy in before the price goes up too much, though.
Okay.
Which I had ours starting together here. You guys had the last one. I think Zach, he lost the battle to Zach, so that hurt.
Like
you said you had him here. You had Gove here. Yeah, you had your mom lower than us, so
I'm definitely low on Skinner here. I think I'm going to adjust this next week. I think looking at everything, I should have put him a little higher. But I think the highest I'd probably put him is 6. So probably in the 6 to 8 range is where I have him right now.
I think that's where I have him this week. I had Sendejo so low.
Whoa, Sendejo dropping to 7.
So low
because
Yep, that trade and the loss last week and the possible loss this week. I don't know, man. I still like the
loss this week.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
His team's looking kind of bad right now, so I'm thinking.
I mean, I can't say too much because I have him next. I'm just not. I'm not ready to move Zach Skinner above him yet.
I did it for the records. I still like the makeup of Sendejo's team more than your mom, but I like the record I gave too. It's 2 wins, so I was like, okay, I have them back to back.
Yeah.
So you guys have Sendejo here. Was I highest on your mom? Did you had him here? Okay.
Yeah, and then Gove had him at what, 8, right? Yeah.
8.
Yeah. I figured it was time I gave. Yeah, I wanted to give Zach a little bit of respect. I've been low on his team all year, so I was like, okay, he's 5-3, tied for first in his division.
Made a good trade. I feel like that got his team better, so I feel like he could definitely rise quickly here.
Next week, as long as he gets the win, he'll definitely be higher in my rankings.
Yeah, he's got that team of misfits. They're pulling him. They're pulling along.
They just do it.
Yeah, me and Hunter stay consistent with my team at 5. We were 4 last week, I think. This is the lowest.
We took a tough loss to my team, so I had to drop a little bit.
We've lost 3 out of the last 4 weeks, I think.
Your team's kind of cooled off a little bit here.
Well, they're still scoring exactly the same. They just our luck's not.
Yeah, your luck's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Goes lowest on the Mud Dogs. You're not bought back in after 1 week.
It's not because I think they're a bad team. It's just that I do like Parker's team more. I think Parker, as the general manager of this team, has been letting his team down. I feel like the right players put up points and they don't get in the lineup.
Well, you got to take that into account too. Like if he's got a bad, got
a bad coach.
You do. I'm more focused on the roster than the person managing the roster, and maybe I need to kind of move that slider a little bit. So,
hey, I should have listened to you. You said to bench Wally last week.
I did.
Did you get injured? I don't remember who you said to start instead, but
I think Deontay Johnson. But I had my little Darren Waller little thing. I was putting the pins in it,
The voodoo doll.
Voodoo doll, yep.
I appreciate you being high on my team, even if the manager sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to give me credit though on the draft at least. I barely made any moves. My draft.
Yeah, draft was good. It's just everything you've done since then.
All right, my bench is better than anyone's in the league, and I'll take that. I'll take
That's
that to
true.
tax.
Bench scoring is very important.
But if you put the players
My
doing better
depth's better than
in the
most.
lineup, and then put the players in the lineup on the bench, you
Well, it's
wouldn't have
hard
to bench
because
anymore.
it's hard because I have options. I know it's tough for you because you don't have any options. It's starters.
That's the thing. You want to have a good enough team, but like a bad enough bench to where the options are straightforward.
That's what I had for the first like 5 or 6 weeks, and then all my bench started coming on. I'm like, oh, I'll start putting those guys in there, and then that's when I started falling apart.
Darren Waller's injury might be good for you, honestly.
It came at a real bad time because Laporta's on bye.
It did. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Mud Dogs here. I really wanted to put them higher. I really like his team.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, if Eckler's back to normal Eckler, then yeah, I think the Mud Dogs are back to being contenders.
I toyed around with between the top 4 here, between ROTC and the 2 Combs and Mud Dogs. I toyed around with the top 4 like so much. I couldn't decide who to put where, but I landed on Hunter at 3.
The climb is real.
I'm going to be honest. When I put myself at 3, and I thought I was going to be much higher on myself than you guys. So this is surprising that you both also put me here because I thought I was maybe reaching a bit of putting myself up here at 3. But it's nice to have my opinions validated on my team. How I have climbed. So Gove, there is hope for you.
Thank you.
I've made a great climb from number 12 those first couple of weeks.
You did some good roster management.
And that's the thing. Like I haven't really done much. Like I just trusted my guys. Like I picked up Josh Palmer. Everybody else, like I've just been patient and waited for them to hit their stride. And you know, sometimes the best roster management is no management really. Just like your guys and not want to ruin too much and try to tinker too much. And
I could learn a page from your book.
I trusted my guys that I thought that they would have the potential, and I knew it would be a long process. And
getting Kamara back helped too.
Yep, and that's the thing. Like I knew, like I had to be patient and wait for him to come back, and Gibbs would eventually like step into a more prominent role. And I knew the Bengals offense wasn't going to always be that bad. Kittle's looked more like himself. I mean, even Justin Fields had a couple good weeks there early to help get me wins. And then Josh Palmer's been a solid addition. He's been like the only real like waiver addition that's like consistently been playing and starting. So yeah, it's nice to go from the bottom to having a serious contender.
I am a little concerned with like Gibbs and Montgomery when they come back, what that does to, Gibbs. But
yeah, I'm just hoping that like Gibbs is proven in these weeks that Montgomery's out. Like, hey, like, I mean, obviously he's not going to like keep this like volume up when Montgomery comes back, but like, hopefully it's like, I should get a little bit more work, should be a little more even. And he's always been efficient with his touches. So like, I think I'll be all right.
And then we got Go. Like
Go
D1
hater. He's a D1 hater.
I'm the Giant Slayer, but
I'm the Giant Slayer.
I think Kendrick Bourne injury hurts a lot. Even with Swift, running backs are kind of suspect. If A.J. Brown or Tyreek Hill get hurt or don't put up their numbers, this team will look a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you make a fair point, but like they're healthy now, so like I'm not gonna knock them if they get hurt. Like I'll knock them if that happens, but like I'm not gonna do it until they.
Yeah, I just think they rely on too few of players, and
I agree with that.
It's a tough recipe to like create and recreate over and over again. But I mean, it's worked so far, so we'll see.
Yeah, it worked.
They do seem to be weirdly consistent with putting up 30-point games. His 1 and 2 wide receivers, like it's nuts.
Yeah, he like set a record for most consecutive games of over 125 receiving yards. Like
It's ridiculous.
bonkers.
It's like while he's got those two guys, like he's gonna win. Like I don't know how else to put it.
Like everybody else is gonna have to like suck for him to lose if those guys keep doing that.
Yeah, suck. Yeah, which his running backs have, but
I mean, Eli has a few holes like on his roster, but like he's still consistently like putting up points. Like we
I
can
think
continue to,
Eli's
like,
team is. I like his team more, and I kind of think they're like the favorite right now, but I don't know.
yeah.
I think Eli made a good move that's going to help his team look even better in the future.
Yeah, and he's gonna get Montgomery back too.
Yeah, he's going to get Montgomery and James Conner back. I think he put together kind of some players who might struggle to start for him into, a top 5 QB. So I think this is why I moved him higher. The trade, along with a couple of injuries for Isaac,
Yeah,
put Eli above me.
Yeah, I can definitely see Eli moving back up to 1 for me. Like when Montgomery and Connor come back and healthy, and if they are productive, I can see him moving up and that being the difference. But right now, I think the team right now, I think Isaac's team's better. I think Eli has the pieces in Connor and Montgomery to overcome him if they could be more consistent. But I can't put him over Isaac just yet.
Well,
Yep.
you might have to after next week, depending on the winner of their matchup.
That's true. We did officially declare it the number 1 rankings bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So it's not as, I don't know if it's as tiered as usual because it feels like the middle is, I don't know. Like Jackson's really improved. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, I feel like it's the Combs guys at the top, and then from like 3 to 10 can beat each other. Really.
Yeah, 4 to 10.
No, shut up. Mr. 119 projected right now.
Hey,
785 for 1 or 2. So
projections don't matter. Like it only matters what they actually score. So we'll
Kicking the
keep
stigma
that
is
energy
projected.
next week when I come back 6-3. Keep that energy.
Kicking the stigma is 10. He's projected 128. So I stand by my statement. 3 to 10. But yeah, our rankings were really similar, honestly. Like this is the most similar I think they've been. So
I agree. They're all pretty close. Like, what's the biggest difference? The Zach Skinner one from 6 through 8?
Zach 6, 7, 8. And then Gove 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. So
that's literally about it. And then Isaac switched at the top, and the rest was
like
the same.
The highest disagreement or the biggest disagreement is 2 spots. So we're all pretty much in the same place. I feel like we kind of know what everybody's team is at this point. It's just a matter of getting the job done on Sundays.
Yep, exactly.
So,
all right, I think that wraps it up for this week. We don't have a guest, so I said it was going to be shorter, but it ended up being real long. We just started talking and talking. That's fine. I mean,
how it is.
Yeah, we don't have any time crunch. So thank you all for listening. We will see you next week. Peace.